morning students, class 7. Welcome to my history classroom once again. I am Sanjay sir. Before going to start, I want to tell all of you that no need to copy any unwanted questions. Only those I read and write and discuss in this video, you get all study material as a PDF format. You can download it by clicking on the box at the bottom of my YouTube channel description box. So you should write only that questions, answers and also PDF. Today I am going to discuss chapter 2, spread of Christianity. First of all, I split this chapter into 3 parts. Number 1, introduction of ancient Roman Empire or Holy Roman Empire and barbarians invasion. Number 2, monasteries and feudalism. And number 3, the Crusades. So let's start. Today I am going to discuss only 2 topics, that is introduction of ancient Roman Empire and barbarians invasion. The story of ancient Roman Empire around 300 BCE to 1453 BCE. After the crucifixion, so let's start. After the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, Christianity did not fade away. His teachings were spread by his followers, like St. John and St. Paul. You already know that Jesus Christ had lost lots of followers. Among them, St. John and St. Paul played an active role to spread Christianity in the Roman Empire. Christianity reached far and wide, even the areas like Asia Minor, Greece, and Rome. For over 300 years after the death of Jesus, Christians remained minorities in Roman Empire. For a long period of time, Christianity was banned in Rome. When Emperor Constantine I ascended the throne in 312 CE, and then he legalized Christianity and allowing Christians to worship and preach their religion freely. He took several steps to help spread Christianity. He granted Christians the freedom to worship. He gave important jobs to Christians. He declared Sunday as a public holiday so that people could attend church freely, and he also built many churches. In 391 CE, one of Constantine's successors, Emperor Theodosius, made Christianity the official religion in the Roman Empire. In 285 CE, the Roman Empire, which had grown too vast to be administered as a single unit, was divided by Emperor Diocletian into Eastern and Western Empire. The capital of Western Empire was Byzantium, while Rome continued as the capital of Western part. When Constantine became emperor, he unified the Roman Empire once again. Then he built a new capital on the ancient city of Byzantium and renamed it Constantinople. It was constructed in 330 CE under the Emperor Constantine I. Byzantium emerged as the new Christian capital of the Roman Empire. Constantinople remained the seat of power of the eastern part of the Roman Empire for almost 1000 years. In 391 CE, Constantinople's successor, when Christianity made the official religion of the Roman Empire, Then Constantinople become of a capital of Eastern Roman Empire. Byzantium became a major commercial center and occupied a strategic position geographically situated between Black Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. The Emperor Justinian, when ascended the throne 527 CE, he reformed the laws of Byzantium by the Code of Justinian, and under him, at last, Eastern Roman Empire declined in 1453 by Ottoman Turkeys and Arabs. My next topic is barbarian invasion. Before starting this topic, here I tell you that what was the structure of medieval Europe. Medieval Europe witnessed a number of events like decline of the ancient Roman Empire, the rise of feudalism, the rise of church as the most important institution, the rise of Islam and the Crusades, and so on. Around 200 CE, the Roman Empire began to decline. There are so many causes behind the decline of this empire, such as corrupt rulers, frequent outbreak of civil wars, infighting among soldiers, and uh, conspiratorial luxury of the Roman aristocracy, which uh, weakened the military power of the Rome. At this point, barbarians like the Visigoth, or you can say the Western Goths, next the Ostrogoths or Eastern Goths, the Vandals, the Suebi, the Franks, the Praviti entered the Roman Empire like the Locrians. Romans called them barbarians because they were uncivilized. That's why Romans called them barbarians. They plundered the treasures, killed and enslaved many Romans, and destroyed many buildings. The final blow came in 1476 CE when barbarian chief called Odoacer made himself the king of Italy, and he was deposed. Romulus Augustus, who was the last Roman emperor, and called him as the king of Italy. And many historians considered this to be the end of the Roman Empire. By around 500 CE, the barbarians had carved out their own independent kingdoms and settled down. The largest barbarian kingdom was created by the Franks. Lastly, what was the impact of barbarian invasion? The barbarian invasion left the ancient Holy Roman Empire a city of ruins. The invasion weakened the authority of the Roman rulers because they were failed to challenge the invaders. Trade declined due to the violent political condition because by this time the rise of feudalism is a main problematic pyramidical structure of in medieval Europe. The most important impact of these invasions was the rise and spread of feudalism across the Europe, 400 of years. That's why ancient Roman Empire very quick to decline. Okay, here is ended today's discussion. Next day I will start with a new topic of this remaining part of this chapter. Okay, that is the rise of feudalism and monasteries. Thank you.